What is it? We call it the upfront agreement or upfront contract. Your, or even better, probably, it's just your initial agreement that you have with the client. And David Sandler would say you're trying to eliminate mutual mystification. Mutual mystification. So you have to have your initial agreement or upfront contract or whatever you want to call it memorized. Now, why do you need this part memorized? You need this part memorized because you have three things that you have to get out. And what are those three things? You need a time commitment. Why is that important? Why is not having that going to cause mutual mystification? Well, let's do a quick run through of it. I call in, I book a call with Hallam's team out there, and Hallam's CSR says, we'll get you, we got availability for tomorrow morning, 8 to 10. Cool, I'll take that one, right? The phone hangs up, and I go, honey, they're going to get here at 8. They'll be gone by 10. Does this happen? Text, thumbs up, thumbs down. Big thumbs up. So you get there because you wanted to chit chat by the dumpster and fill your 45-gallon water jug at the RO and clean your truck out after the meeting because you're undisciplined. And then you leave the shop at 9:05 and you get to your 8 to 10 at 9:50. Client's like, wow, this guy must be good, right? Because he's going to be in and out of my house and do everything they said on the call in 10 minutes. And you're thinking, I'm getting here at 9:50. I got all the time in the world. And you know your process takes you about 90 minutes. So first and foremost, if we're going to eliminate mutual mystification, we got to get this time commitment out. What's the second thing we have to get out? Do we need permission to present anything we find? Yes, no, you don't have to have it. There are plenty of people who don't do this part and are okay. But occasionally you present stuff and the client gets mad at you, right? You're just here to tune the water heater up, man. You're not here to sell me a bunch of stuff. You're here to just look at my electrical panel and tell me it's okay. So get permission to bring the client anything you find. And it's a very quick conversation. We're going to do it all in one shot and turn it over to my man, Trent. Number 3. What's number 3? Do we have all the decision makers present? Is that important to find out up front? Is there anything more important to find out up front than is everyone here that is going to help make this decision? Now, this is the trickiest part. If this one is said wrong, you're either going to get kicked out or you're going to lose the client completely and they're going to call into the office later, or you're never going to find out why. You're just going to think there was something wrong with them because I did everything right and they just didn't want to buy anything. And you never find out why. That's the most painful one. But what you do is typically, this is going to be with elderly women, or at least these are the ones who would call into the shop in the 11 years I've been in leadership and say, he made me feel like I could not make a decision on my own. And they don't want to feel like that. You don't want to feel like that, right? So hopefully they're vocal about it and call into the office and tell us, and we have the opportunity to fix it. But chances are we just never hear about it and they go find somebody who does not belittle them in their own home, in their opinion. So what does this quick conversation sound like? Okay, typically this type of job is going to take around 60 to 90 minutes. If it's going to go much longer or much shorter than that, I'll come and let you know as soon as I know. Does that sound good? And they'll give you the yes. And then you're going to say, sorry, check. And then you're going to say, I'm going to do this, that, and this, whatever you're there for, and however you go about your process. If I find anything that I think needs to be addressed or that you and your family might really enjoy, would you like me to bring it to your attention, or would you like me to keep it to myself? And they are going to say almost unanimously, oh, no, definitely bring it to me. Check. Here is the shortest, quickest part, but it has to be done exactly like this to be soft and without injury to someone's pride. Is there anyone else who would want to be part of that conversation? Check. Now, is this 100% infallible? Will they say, no, it's just me? And then you'll never get a spouse that comes up later, or a brother-in-law, or an aunt who handles the finances, or I always check with my lawyer before I spend, $1,500. No, you'll still get that occasionally. But man, most people, I'd say 80%, if they tell you this, they feel like they've given you their word, and that's that, right? And then at the end of the call, so let's say they say something like, well, yeah, obviously I'd have to run it by my wife. Okay, sounds great. Is she home? No, she's not home. What time are you expecting her home? Look, they say around lunchtime and it's 10:15. Cool. You'll be there. If not, you're either going to have to try to do not start arguing here. Just go, sounds great, and go on about your job. Now at the end, what you'll do is you'll bring it up again before you present. You'll say, here are all the things we found. Hopefully the client went with you through the house and you got to show them every single thing. But if not, here are the things we found. Now, you said earlier that your wife would want to be part of this part, and I would never want to disrespect you or disrespect her by doing this without her. Can we get her on the phone or FaceTime or something? No. She's a teacher and she's in class right now. Sounds great. When's a better time that both of you will be home that I can come and have this conversation and the three of us can sit down and talk about everything? What time should she get home? And if they say, hey, 4:30, say, how long typically does it take her to get settled in and comfortable? Like, I don't want to get here as soon as she does. Like, you're just moving forward, assuming the sale with the revisit. And we don't do enough revisits here in Phoenix. We're not doing enough revisits. That tells me that we're not doing this part. Tells me if the person's not there, then that's that. I did my job. Hopefully they call back in. Total disservice to that person you're serving. Borderline disrespectful, right? But certainly to your own family, to your team sitting around you, and to the company that hires you to make money for the company, just literally your primary job at a company, right? So run through these steps real quick. How long did that take? Less than 30 seconds? Memorize that, spit it out, role play it, and do it exactly like that.